time friend Mike, but I wanted to tell you a little bit about Senate reform in this province. Senate reform really began in 1987 with the passage of the Senatorial Selection Act. And with that act, the Premier Getty at the time had the philosophy that the Senate should be chosen by voters, people like you and I, and not just who the Prime Minister might have golf with that particular month. And it was a long way ahead. Prime Minister Mulroney did appoint the first elected senator in 1989, Mr. Stan Waters, God rest his soul. And I think that Mr. Waters, if he was alive today, he'd be very happy the fact that we are still pushing the agenda of an elected senator. We do owe thanks to many people along the way. In 2004, for example, we had 2 elected senators here, Bert Brown, who now sits in the Senate, and Alberta being the only province that has an elected senator, and of course my friend Ted Morton was elected that year as well. Moving forward, next Senate election, of course, in 2004, we had several people elected, including Betty Younger, who is likely to be the next senator, because, in fact, Tommy Banks, the Liberal senator, is actually having a forced retirement as he turned 75 yesterday. I fully expect that Betty Younger will end up being the next senator, and I know her, and this is a real credit to the whole province and to leadership of women in politics with her record of service. We also need to thank Ralph Klein for continuing on the Senate elections, Prime Minister Stephen Harper for also continuing along his leadership towards an elected Senate. So that's just a bit of history on electing senators. I do want to tell you a little bit about Mike. I met Mike on Marlene Graham's board of directors in 2000, almost 12. It's almost 12 years ago. And at this time, Mike, through the goodness of his own heart, took an interest in a young law student who would be me at the time, and we had the pleasure of working on several projects with Marlene together, some fundraisers, and later I was privileged to earn Mike's support for my bid for MLA in 2008, which was a campaign, for those of you who know me, that just would not end. It would not end at all.
But you had the right opponent.
As we go forward, though, you may not know that Mike himself has been involved and continues to be involved in many charities throughout this entire city. Both him and Linda are active participants in life, but also in the charitable community in this city. I think that he would make a spectacular representative for us in Ottawa over an 8-year term, and he's someone who I'm proud to say that I will be voting for and has earned my support many times over. So I'll hand it over to you, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
I just want to thank you guys all for coming here. Wish we had a lot of media, but the media had already preempted it. But thank you for coming, and I wouldn't mind introducing some other people who are Howie Shikazi. He is my former partner, good friend. He's also on the police commission with me right now and just joined as the financial guru on the police commission. Of course, Rick McIver is our you nominated for the next election in Calgary Hayes, right? Christine McIver, she is the president of the Kids Cancer Care Foundation. I'm sorry, Lisa Sondergaard. She is the EA for Jonathan Dennis. Kitty Louie, she is chartered accountant, renowned chartered accountant. Jamal Ruparol, I've known him for 100 years too. You know, he's him and I went to school together at UFC. And Ellie, Terry Billick, Anthony Meslick, Billy Cannon, right? And Shaquille Ahmed. So Shaquille is with
Canadian Times.
Canadian Times.
Yeah,
okay, so.
And
thank you for giving me your support. I really appreciate that. I firmly believe in bringing Alberta's interest to Ottawa. I firmly believe that I am the right person to do that. I also firmly believe in the safe community, right? I firmly believe in making sure that a safe community is a fundamental ingredient for a successful and prosperous city or country or province, whatever you want to call it. So I think I'm the right person to bring safe community, law and order, justice agenda to Ottawa on behalf and keeping an eye on Alberta's interests. On top of that, as what my friend John Dennis mentioned about the Senate reforms, Bert Brown has done a lot of work, right? And I would like to carry that work forward and help him through this Senate reform in whatever the shape it might take. It might take a lot of years, it might be fairly quick, but whatever shape it might take, I will be working with him or side by side with him to make sure that those reforms are carried through. Thank you very much for coming.